If you're just joining us here on 102.7 WMOM and Hot Country Hits 99.9, Todd Scoop Hansen in the studio with us. Todd, before we get started, let's talk about a little bit about the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame. What does it do? What is the true function of the program here in Mason County, if you don't mind?
Yeah, if I basically give you the definition of the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving, honoring, and enshrining those who have made outstanding contributions to sports in Mason County. And this is our 20th year. We're very pleased to announce the 20th selection and our 20th class for the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame.
Speaking just off the cuff, any sort of highlights for you over the years that you've been excited about when it comes to the Sports Hall of Fame here in Mason County? Anything that's been just like, oh, this is the true reason why we have this here?
Well, we, for example, the other day, Coach Rich Kirby had one of his classes out there, and we gave a tour. Vic Burwell, Sharon McCumber, myself, Mike Hart, and Kathy Surd. We gave a tour to his class. We split them up, and just seeing the looks on their faces, when you're explaining about the history of the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame and what our purpose is, the one that really stays with me, Chris, is when I was explaining about Mandy Stowe, Coach Warren Stowe's sister. And I said, can anybody tell me how many career points Mandy had? I said, I'll give you a hint. Our career boys leader, Mike Larson, had 1,336 points. And I said, his record, a great record, but Mandy Stowe had 2,160 career points.
Wow, almost over 1,000 more.
Yeah, the looks on their faces, Chris, was priceless.
That's incredible. There's a lot of talent out here in the West Michigan area, in Ludington, in the surrounding communities, and I think that's what's nice about the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame is that it's not just Ludington, right? It's not just right here in the city of Ludington. It expands to the other schools. That's why you call it the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame. And so I guess my next question, Scoop, is how much does the Hall of Fame focus on and want to make sure that it's balanced between all of the schools out there? What's that like?
Great question, Chris. Great point you just made. And we definitely make sure that things are balanced. Our board members represent Mason County Eastern, Mason County Central, Ludington, and of course we have Freesoil and Ludington St. Simons are involved as well too. They were schools no longer in existence, but we have representation from those schools as well. So our board members, it's a vast board members. We have counting our president, Vic Burwell, we have 23 board members, and they come from all the schools that we've just mentioned in Mason County.
All right. If you're just joining us, we're talking with Todd Scoop Hansen this morning here on 102.7 Mom FM and Hot Country Hits 99.9. Let's break down this year's inductees. And today we announce them, but then what happens after that? And then we'll go through each individual. But are they finding out right now, just like what we're finding out? Is that right?
Actually, the folks we elected, the two teams we elected and the four individuals, they found out the evening of our vote, which was November 1st or 2nd, we had our vote. Okay. And then same process as we've had every year. We usually have about a 3-week wait. It comes out on Black Friday each and every year, the official announcement of those who were elected. So everybody has an advocate. That advocate calls up the person or the coach of the team that was elected and say, hey, congratulations. We had our vote earlier this evening, and you have been elected with the class of 2024, and our unveiling and enshrinement, Chris, will be on June 22nd of 2024, the unveiling at historic White Pine Village at our Mason County Sports Hall of Fame, the Max Ron building, and then the dinner induction will be later that evening at Lincoln Hills Golf Club. And I want to let everybody know out there, I've already got the license for the raffle tickets. It came in the mail just the other day.
Awesome.
So we'll be getting those raffle tickets printed up as well for the $500 drawings.
All right, looking forward to that. And then later today, or this morning, you'll be able to find more information about all of these inductees in the Ludington Daily News. There is that coordination and cooperation between the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame and the local media here.
Yes, definitely. In fact, a great article coming out in the Daily News today by Christy Christmas, who is a fellow board member on the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame, and she is also an inductee of the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame for her sports talents.
All right, looking forward to it. Let's break it down. What's the first inductee you want to talk about today?
Yeah, okay. Chris, on behalf of Mason County Sports Hall of Fame Board President Vic Burwell and the other 22 board members, I am pleased to announce the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024 inductees, the 20th anniversary of the inaugural class of 2005. And we'll start off with the 1974 Freesoil Class D state runner-up baseball team. They only had one loss. It was in the state championship game against Sheboygan Catholic, and they fell by the score of 2-0. But a great team. Their 50th anniversary this year, and they are being inducted. Congratulations. The team was coached by the legendary Max Carey. Okay. And team members included Max Carey Jr., Michael Heath, Scott Heath, Charles Jacobson, Ben Nizaki, Matthew Nizaki, Curtis Lamala, David Pappas, Richard Pappas, Thomas Pappas, Michael Rabicki, and John Sharetta. So congratulations to the 1974 Freesoil baseball team, Class D state runners-up.
And 50 years ago, they played and they went to the state championships. Anything that you know, any fun facts that you know between then and now in regards to Freesoil baseball, or 50 years, a lot of things changed, don't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely, Chris. So one unique thing about that team, since they were Class D, and because their enrollment was under 75 students, eighth graders were allowed to play high school sports. So at that time, Freesoil did have had a few eighth graders on that team. So you think of that now, you think, oh wow,
yeah.
But that was allowed, yeah.
Wow, that's great. All right, so Freesoil, shout out to them today, and congratulations for the Class D. It was runners up, right?
Yes,
in baseball, and now big teams back then, not so big teams. What do you think? What you didn't list off too many people there, right?
No, well, you figure Class D, and their enrollment at the time, Freesoil's enrollment that year was 52 students.
Okay, all right. But to have one of those small rural communities, be highlighted and make it to the States, that's always fun, right?
That's fantastic.
That's cool.
And we're very pleased that they were elected this year, the 74 Freesoil baseball team. Moving on to the second team, we had two teams elected this year. It's only the second time it's happened.
Okay.
If you don't count the 1975 through 79 Ludington State Gymnastics champions that won 5 in a row. Okay. But a few years back, we had the state champion 2001 Mason County Eastern girls softball team and the 2001 Ludington boys state champion soccer team that were inducted and enshrined the same year. And we have that this year. And our second inductee, the state champion 2017 Ludington Equestrian team.
That's great. And one thing that comes to mind when you say that, Scoop, is that when you go to LHS, well, it might be a little bit more configured now, but the trophy case, there was a lot of equestrian awards in that case, right?
Yes, there definitely are. If you go over there, you see a lot of hardware put in there by the equestrian team. And you hit on it, Chris. Ludington has a rich history of success, including 25 years of continuous state qualification. They've had a number of runner-up finishes, and 2017 they broke through. In 2017, there were 42 equestrian teams in the B division, which is a division Ludington won the state championship in.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
What do you know? I know you know a lot about football and baseball and basketball and all that, but what do you know, Todd Scoop Hansen, about equestrian?
Not too much.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I can't claim to know too much about equestrian. I can tell you this, Chris. The team was coached by the late Doyle Fenner.
Okay.
And they were also coached by Tanya Walter, Lynn Bennett, Janelle Beaver, Megan Gillis, and Alyssa Walter. Team members included Garrett Bennett, Carly Hinman, Brianna Hinman, Carly Holcomb, Claire Likert, Jasmine Martinez, Zach McMaster, and Ella Wickham. The grooms were Chesney Griffiths, Lydia Hale, Allie Long, and Evan Bennett. So that was the members of that Ludington High School 2017 state champion equestrian team.
And with just those two teams being inducted, I guess the question for me is, do you get a chance to see some of those members? Do you recognize them when you're out and about? And how do you think they're going to feel about this?
Yeah, well, talking to the folks who made the calls the night of the election, got great feedback. We've already had one board meeting since then, and the board gets together and they describe the reactions when they called up the coach, and I know that Brian Dotson is the advocate for the 2017 Equestrian team and did a lot of very thorough research. And you have all the board members that do a great job on that. But he said when he called up one of the coaches, I think he talked to Claire Leichert's mom and gave the news, and they said they were just thrilled with the news, and that's just a great thing when you get the reactions of people. I've been fortunate, Chris. I've been able to deliver the news to a few people in the past. Mike Benedict was one of them. I was his advocate, and also a classmate and good friend of mine, Nanette Gillespie. Clearing Sky Christensen, who was elected last year. And it's priceless when you talk to that person and you give the official news.
Does it get kind of competitive when those nominations come in? And that would be my first part of the question before we get to the four individuals. But the second part is there a cap each year as well?
Pretty much we try to stay around 6.
Okay.
I've been a board member since 2011, and I've seen us have classes of 5. I've seen them have classes high as 7. Okay. We try to stay right around that 6 number. And you asked a really interesting question. The board members don't throw punches at each other. Thank goodness. Yeah. But there's a lot of passion that's out there. And when we are in discussions, I mean, things get a little voices go up a little bit, and people are showing their passion as they advocate for people that they feel should be in the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame. So it's very interesting the night of our election. And we have a couple of board meetings leading to the election, Chris, where we discuss people advocate for different athletes and teams.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exciting. We've talked about the two teams.
Yes.
Which Freesoil 1974 baseball team?
Yes,
right?
1974 Class D state runner-up baseball team, and the 2017 Ludington Equestrian team state champions in Division B.
All right, let's talk about the individuals.
Yes, our first individual is a 1999 graduate of Ludington High School, and he also attended Mason County Eastern from 1996 to 1998, Derek Shoup. So congratulations to Derek, the fastest man in Mason County. And he's still, if you go into Holly Gym and you look up at the board, folks, and you see the 100-yard dash or the 100 meters, it says Derek Shoup, 9.9.
Wow.
9.9.
Super fast. Wow.
Yes. Derek went on to, let's see here. He went on and he competed, I believe, at Western Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Varsity track at
Yes.
WMU.
Yes.
And all-time performance list of 500 meters at 106.64 too.
Yeah, very impressive. You talk about quick. I mean, he could turn the lights off in his bed and be under the covers before the lights were off.
And that's funny. And he is, and he's been notified, right? 1999 graduate LHS. Do you think that one day you could challenge him to see if he could do the same thing? You think that's possible or not? Probably not.
Oh, I probably not.
How close do you think you would get?
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably still in pretty good shape. I'd have to ask some folks that know him a little bit better, but phenomenal athlete, Derek Shoup. Again, a graduate of the Western Michigan University. He was on the Western Michigan all-time performers list with his 500-meter time of 106.64 and his 600 time of 123.58.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, we're talking with Todd Scoop Hansen here this morning about the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame inductees. We've got 2 teams, 4 individuals. We talked about the Freesoil baseball team. We talked about the equestrian team from LHS. You've got Derek Shoup, right?
Yeah. And Chris, a little more I wanted to add on Derek there. Not only does he hold the Ludington track and field record for the 100, he also holds 6 records at MCE in the 100, 200, 400 long jump, and he was a member of the 400 and 800 record relay teams. He has 4 records at Ludington in the 100, 200, 400, and a member of the 1600 relay record team. He won 2 state championships and 2 state runner-up titles his senior year.
Wow, very impressive, and kind of unique to have records at both schools in the same county. That's pretty neat.
It is very neat, very unique.
That's cool.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
All right, let's keep going. We've got 3 more to go through.
Okay, Robert Kapcia. Robert Kapcia is a Mason County Eastern graduate. He graduated in 1976, and he held the county record for the most points in a basketball career until 1992. He still has, I believe, the record for a season, though. He scored, I believe, 701 or 702 points.
Wow.
In a season, which I believe is still the record in Mason County. And he went on to play at Lake Superior State. All in all, he earned 10 letters, varsity letters at Mason County Eastern. He was 6'3" his senior year as a pitcher on the baseball team and had a 2.57 earned run average. Yeah, let me rephrase it. 2.57 earned run average through a no-hitter, and he hit 325. And again, he continued his athletic career at Lake Superior State, where he played basketball.
And we find that time and time again, not just this day and age, but back in the day, that you had athletes that excelled, not just played, but excelled at multiple sports. And in this particular case, basketball and baseball, he did great.
Yes, he did. And he just retired not too long ago. He was working up in the Traverse City area for Pepsi, Pepsi company. Yeah.
All right.
So, great guy. Our next individual, a 1981 graduate of Ludington High School, standout swimmer. He captured a state championship in 1981 in the 50-meter freestyle, and he had state runner-up titles in the 100 freestyle and 400 freestyle. John Kasley. And he will become Ludington's 3rd swimmer inducted into the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame, following Courtney Dunlap and also Jay Hansen.
All right. And what's remarkable is he went on, to Michigan State?
Yes.
Has a record or had a record at MSU. So out of all the athletes out there that have attended Michigan State, he was able to set a record there.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome.
He set a number of records, of course, at Ludington High School, Chris. He went on to swim for the Spartans from 1982 to 1985, competed in 4 Big Ten championship meets, and he was the MSU, as you alluded to, Chris, record holder in the 400 freestyle. In 2009, Kasley was honored with the William Heisner Memorial Service Award at Michigan State.
All right, so let's recap who we've gone through so far.
Okay, so far we've had the 1974 Freesoil State Runner-Up Baseball Team, the 2017 Ludington Equestrian State Champion Team. We've also had Derek Shoup, we've had Robert Kapcia, and we've had John Kasley, and that leaves us one more person.
All right, who do we have? Theresa, right?
Yes, we have Theresa Shoop, 1985 Freesoil graduate. She excelled in volleyball.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then she went on to Aquinas and had a pretty good career there in volleyball at Aquinas as well, where she also ran track and field. She was co-captain of the Aquinas 89-90 track team that was a 3-time conference qualifier. Also in high school, Chris, she's a member of the 1,000 Point Club. She ended up with 1,326 career points in basketball. So just a phenomenal all-around athlete. And she's also now, and she's one of our newer board members on the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame, does a terrific job officiating volleyball in the state of Michigan as well.
Oh, absolutely. So my question to you is, with her being on the board, when her name came up, it's probably not the first time that this has happened, where the board meets and says, "Hey, I want to nominate you," right over across the table. How does that work?
Yeah, that's very, very interesting you bring that up, Chris, because we do have a number of board members who are also in the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame. I mean, you look at Jim Schulte, Mike Larson, and go right down the list. I mean, Dr. Bill Anderson. And you can see how modest these board members are, too, because a lot of them are like, even before when the discussion starts, they're like, "Look, I want to be removed from this. I don't feel it's right." I mean, this year, during our vote, I mean, Vic Burwell's name came up strongly, and he said, "Look, I'm honored that you think this way, but I really really want to step aside from this. So it's very interesting when you see this and you see the modesty that the board members display. So it has come up a few times in the past, Chris.
But it's got to be an honor for them, and then to be able to have the conversations go back and forth, to be able to say, hey, you know what, we've got 6 spots there, and we truly want you to be one of them. So Theresa earning that spot. What do you say about these inductees overall, Todd? You get a chance to analyze them. What's your overall thoughts?
You know, Chris, every year, and I talk with my fellow board members about this, we think, oh, next year it'll be easier. We just inducted 6 individuals or a combination of individuals and teams. So they're off the list. It gets more and more difficult each year because of the great quality of athletes, individuals and teams that we have here from Mason County in our rich and strong sports background in the history of sports here in Mason County. So it's very interesting. You think it would be easier? Not the case. It's more difficult each and every year, and that's a testament to the fine athletes in our very rich sports history that we have here in Mason County.
Here's a couple questions for you, if you don't mind, and put you on the spot for a moment before we wrap up. People might ask, okay, do they have to be, retired from that sport for a period of time? Does it matter? Is there some rules in that?
Yep. Oh, yeah. We have some rules. 5 years retired from the sport, you know what? Yeah, you did. You put me on a spot pretty good.
That's okay. Sorry.
I believe, and I know it was 55 years of age or retired from the sport for 5 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I know that there have been a couple of exceptions. You look at our Hall of Fame rower, Matt Hughes, who rowed in the Beijing Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And I think we elected him 2 years after that.
Okay.
He was retired from that. So
and obviously you have to make some of those exceptions because sometimes they're even more exceptional in their performances no
doubt. I also wanted to add, on Theresa, she's also an extremely talented and fine coach, too. She coached for 25 plus years at Ludington as well,
wow.
And she was phenomenal in track and field, too. So I didn't want to slight her at all. I just wanted to get that information out as well.
And this is great. And if you missed any of the details of this, again, Ludington Daily News will have a breakdown with the photos of these individuals that are inducted into the Mason County Hall of Fame, and I would assume this is a pretty good day for them, right?
Very good day. Yep, very, very good day for not only the athletes, Chris, but their family members as well. You know, it's a big thing you would not believe how many times myself and my fellow board members are approached by people that we bump into in Ludington or out and about in the county, and they're like, hey, well, what's the deal? How come you don't have my uncle in the Hall of Fame yet? Or, and it's very simple to do. You go on, you can look up the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame webpage. Also, we have a Facebook page, and we'll have the story up on that later today, too. But there is a nomination form on that webpage for the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame where people can be nominated. And people often ask me and my fellow board members, hey, Scoop, how do we get somebody nominated to be on the long list for the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame? For future possible, for you folks to research them, and they may possibly be elected in the future into the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame. Well, that's on there. There's folks, you just have to go on Mason County Sports Hall of Fame webpage or approach a board member and say, hey, we'd like to nominate this person to the long list. I mean, we've got well over 100. I think it's more like 130 to 150 names that are on our long list.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Todd, anything that we missed chatting about in regards to the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame inductees? Just a reminder for the dates of the banquets and all of that, if you don't mind.
June 22nd, 2024. You can approach any board members. I don't think we have the tickets yet. I'll have to talk to Sharon McCumber on that in terms of the tickets for the induction dinner that evening at Lincoln Hills Golf Club. We will be getting the raffle tickets. I'm going to, like I said, I just got the state license in the mail just the other day. We'll be getting the ball rolling on that for raffle tickets for the raffle we do each year for $500 winners. Again, June 22nd. We're really pleased really happy for this class. I mean, you look at this. This is our 20th class, Chris. And if like Vic often says too, Vic Burwell says, you can take this class and you can put it, second, third, fourth, the inaugural class, which was 2005, and it's just phenomenal that the skill and the talents that Mason County has had in its sports history.
Absolutely. And we look forward to seeing even more inducted over the years.
Yes.
Congratulations to everybody that was inducted today in the Hall of Fame. You can find out more information and you can watch this segment on our Facebook page if you missed any of it, our YouTube channel as well. And, of course, again, Ludington Daily News has more featured bios of these individuals as well. Yeah. Todd, Scoop, Hansen, thanks for hanging out with us.
Chris, thanks for having us on today. And Mason County Sports Hall of Fame thanks you, and thanks for all you do for the community.
All right, appreciate it. It is 9:08 now here on 102.7 WMOM and Hot Country Hits